Hello, hello, welcome. This is Discard Gaming. I'm going to be doing a hero preview. So this was, I guess, uh, came out today, and I know I have not dropped a lot of Marvel Champions content as of late, so I do apologize. I am kind of in the works of moving, selling my house, and all my stuff is packed up. But anyways, Magneto was dropped today, so I'm going to give you my first peek at Magneto. Now I've not even looked at his cards. We're going to give you kind of a live reaction to it. Also, the chat is open to you right now. Anyways, pretty big news. I mean, Magneto is a villain that we've had in Marvel Champions, now a hero, kind of like Nebula. Uh, is he gonna be S tier? Is he gonna be very powerful? I can imagine. So we're gonna jump into this villain that we and let's do it. Okay, so here we go. Magneto, Master of Magnetism. He's kind of in a white kind of outfit, and I guess I'm not too. I guess that's the good Magneto, or at least the somewhat good Magneto. All right. Formally, I mean, I don't know if we need to dig deep into the lore. We'll just kind of go right to the cards, I guess. So we got his hero side, which he's got magnetic pull action. Discard cards from the top of your deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Add that card to your hand. So very cool ability. It's gonna be kind of I guess his mechanic will be pulling out like Thor attack cards that are magnetic traded, I can imagine. And that's very strong. So that's going to put him to a 6 hand size basically. And we have not kind of seen a hero from Marvel Champions do that. Obviously, digging deep would be kind of a good card to put in his deck, most likely. So he sounds like he could be potential very high burst based on just that. I mean, a 6. You got to remember, you start an altar with 6, then you flip, you do this ability that puts you to 7. So again, he's definitely very bursty. If we look at his David, you gotta be quiet, okay? No more talking. Um, where's his alter ego? Video 1A. I well, there's his survivor ability, but I'm trying to see if I can find. Oh, there it is. Okay, because I wanted to look at that. After you change to this form, shuffle the top 3 cards of your discard pile into your deck. So there you have kind of like Wasp a bit, but not as control because you can just get those geniuses back into your deck. This is going to be your top cards. But that's kind of cool. I mean, it is kind of cinematic a bit, like he survived the Holocaust, kind of the lore of it. But yeah, he's definitely a survivor. Magneto's helmet. This is a 3 cost upgrade. So in the Ant-Man helmet realm, gains steady, which is pretty good. The only way, I mean, there's a few heroes in Marvel Champions that can get steady, but outside of the basic upgrade, if you have like a certain amount of health pool, uh, this is a way that he can get steady. More importantly, you can generate a wild resource for a magnetic card. But I think as the scenarios get harder and harder, in maybe our next box expansion, steady might be a big player. So we look at his armor here. Magneto's armor is a 2 cost upgrade. Looks really cool. And also keep in mind these all have the magnetic traded stuff. So he can get pretty much set up really quickly by just doing his ability. So when you use your magnetic pole, if you discard at least one of the following resource icons, you gain one +1 threat, +1 attack, +1 defense based on the matching icon. So quite good. You are kind of discarding 3 basically cards. And your wilds aren't going to work on this because when it says icons, it's saying almost like printed. So yeah, you can't just be like, oh, wild, I changed it to a strength. But this is really cool. Asteroid M, exhaust Asteroid M, shuffle the topmost magnetic card in your discard pile into your deck and heal with damage from your identity. Okay, so this is a great card, to keep you from decking out so you don't get that extra encounter card. Plus, you get a little bit of healing. Plus, you get those key, maybe those magnetic cards back into your deck. So that is a very good card, and it's magnetic too. So definitely, he's not going to be very frustrating to kind of set up. David, I'm going to turn off the Xbox if you don't be quiet. We got electromagnetic blast. This is his Thor magnetic card. Superpower, so Death Focus can be utilized here. Also, he is a mutant, right? So you can play the is it X gene? So a couple options right there. This one says remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from the scheme, you may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. So very good. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that have some really nasty attachments, and it's very cinematic too, because in the movies and the comic lore, he's using his magnetism to repel people or basically manipulate them. So it kind of makes sense that he could kind of get rid of your attachment or something because he's Magneto. But you do have to do kind of the kicker there. But that's really cool. So that's one of his superpowered magnetic cards. Metal Shards, attack magnetic superpower hero action, deal 7 damage to enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, gain a tough status card. Wow, that's really nice there. It doesn't have the overkill, but I mean, there's cards you can, upgrades you can get aggression. You can throw overkill and stuff like that. But that's really nice. I mean, tough is huge. Really good tempo play. And 7 damage is a swinging web kick, right? I think, or swinging web kick 8 damage, but 7 is really good. Death Focus. Okay, so a reprint of Death Focus. We got Cyclops, the ally and leadership. After Cyclops enters play, choose enemy. Until the end of the phase, increase the amount of damage the enemy takes from each attack by 1. So you can choose the villain. That's huge. You could also rapid response. I don't know if you'd I guess you would have to rule check this if that would stack. Yeah, that would be interesting if you could rapid response him twice to stack the +1. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but that would be a good question for Fantasy Flight if you could do that combo. Won't stay down. This is a support. Play only if your identity has the X-Force X-Men trait. Max 1 per player. Alter ego action. Discard this card. Return an X-Force X-Men ally from your discard pile to your hand. Oh, even that can get back, Cyclops or whatever. But that that is really good, guys. A 3 cost. You got to remember this Cyclops ally will stack higher in multiplayer, right? Because you have more players, more attacks happening. So this is a really good ally that they've introduced. Magneto has a lot of powers that are disposable. We got Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix ally. After Phoenix enters play, choose an X-Men ally, ready that ally, and heal 1 damage from it. Yeah, that's, I mean, not as good as Cyclops, but that's still really nice. New recruits, new player size scheme. Play only if your identity has the X-Men trait. When defeated, each player chooses one set aside new ally and adds it to their hand. When each player chooses one set. Okay. I'm just wondering, like, so if you play this in your deck, you would put a set aside ally as one set aside new ally. New ally. I guess it means like into like your actual deck that you own, not your deck, but like your storage box or whatever. I think that's what it means, and that sounds really interesting. So we got a basic here. Hello, Adam. How you doing? If you have the mutant or X-Men trait and only gets +1 thwart and does not count against your ally limit. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, this is a new recruit. Okay. So I guess the new recruit. Let me go back in time here. Is it's gonna show us these new allies, but it's basically those allies such as Anoli right here. It's gotta have the new trait in it. But so I assume there's gonna be more allies here. Your X-Men allies are here to support you. Noble sacrifice. Discard an ally you control, heal damage from your hero equal to the ally's per hit points of your hero. That's interesting. Yeah, it's like that's a very good description, Adam. It's like specialized training. They had specific unique upgrades. Same thing for allies with new recruits. But I like that idea. I like that idea. That's cool. Inner circle side scheme. When revealed, place 2 additional right here for each Hellfire card in play. Boost amplification. We got a minion here, Hellfire. So this is a modular, I guess the Hellfire modular. Give him a face down boost card, cannot be attacked again. Oh, that's interesting. So if you, and he has toughness. So the way you get around this is you would have to get something with piercing and do 5 damage. Because once you attack him, he cannot be attacked again in his face. Unless you use abilities. There's a lot of abilities in Marvel Champions that don't have the attack trait. So therefore you're not attacking him. It has to have something like an attack trait or exhaust to attack. That would trigger the force response. But that's so there's ways to get around it. I love when Marvel Champions does that, like when they put things in where it's like a puzzle, right? And you have to kind of figure out how to, deal with the puzzle. We got her, Celine, quick strike villainous allies cannot attack Celine. Discard ally control. Okay, so her boost ability is probably the worst corporate here. We got inner circle. We looked at, and that is it. So they definitely didn't show us everything, but I would say he looks like a very fun hero. I mean, he's kind of like a Wanda because he is milling himself, but way different than Wanda. Wanda, and we didn't see any like confused stun with Magneto, but you never know. We didn't see all the cards. But we did see like where he could remove attachments, he can deal good damage, and then if he kills something, he gets a tough status card. His armor is gonna boost up his stats. So I mean, overall, like he looks very like promising. I think you got to remember, like I said it right at the beginning, alter ego. Your hand size is 6. You flip to hero, goes to 7 with magnetic pull. And then if you're running like digging deeps, you could get potentially more cards like added for resources. So yeah, he seems kind of like definitely wants to go hero right away and go guns blazing. He also wants to set up with his upgrades, right? So they're magnetic. Get him set up. Cyclops surprised me. I think this is definitely a game changer in multiplayer. I mean, and then if we rule check this, if anyone knows in comments, if you can recur him again with rapid rise or even won't stay down, would this stack on the same round if it's a different Cyclops or whatever? I don't know. Again, that's a real question for the role people. Hellfire Modular. We didn't get the Nemesis set shown, but I guess they want to keep Magneto more mysterious. But it'd be interesting. What would be his Nemesis set? Charles Xavier? I mean, but Charles is a good guy, right? Yeah. So overall, I think he's definitely going to be a hot one for people to pick up. Um, is he going to be up there with Doctor Strange in power level? Do not know. But like his mechanic of getting his magnetic cards, and again, we don't know. I don't think we have all his cards, right? There might be a few more magnetic cards out there. But even electromagnetic blast and metal shards is very powerful, and he's a very good tempo hero. Like tempo meaning he can hit the road, blazing, right? Like he ready to go. Um, and he's got a little bit of that wasp kind of in him, like to recur the survivor ability. Does he have a signature ally? We don't know. Maybe he does. Would it be Rogue? That would be funny. Yeah, so guys, I think he's gonna come out in November. So good maybe a Christmas present. Definitely pick him up. I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do for the next box. Is it gonna be like a Mojo box? With a couple scenarios. It's really interesting. Where do they go from here with Marvel Champions? I mean, we've seen a lot. The game's been out for a long time. I think the last box was a pretty big hit. I think everybody enjoyed the last box. There was a few hit or misses in some of the scenarios, but overall, I think they did a really great job on their last box. So this is gonna wrap things up, guys. This is Magneto, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think he's gonna be a very fun hero? Judging by his mechanics, I kind of think so, based on what I see. I think deck building is going to be really fun and interesting with him. Again, if you like Wanda or if you like those mill type of characters, he's going to be. I mean, he might be one of the poster boys for milling, I guess. But with Adam Warlock, you kind of want to mill Adam Warlock as well, and his like alter support like heals him back to full life. So I guess him and Magneto kind of share that kind of like they like to mill and they like to use their discards to their advantage. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna thank you guys for tuning in. And sorry that I've not posted a lot of Marvel Champions stuff, but once I move into my new house and get my new gaming table, definitely gonna run some more Marvel Champion games and more previews and stuff like that. Anyway, guys,